boxeo, estás en sintonía en mi canal. Voy a hablar español creo que la tercera vez, porque necesito hablar para la gente que me siguen a mí que hablan español, y quiero acá algunas cosas que están sucediendo en el boxeo, de la reciente pelea de el boxeador Yankiel Rivera en contra Angelino Cordova, que creo que es una pelea bien sucia de parte de Angelino Cordova. Y yo vi una entrevista de Angelino Cordova diciendo que Yankiel Rivera estaba peleando sucio, que por eso que él peleó sucio. No, la razón que tú estabas peleando sucio, Angelino Cordova, es porque tú eres naturalmente un boxeador sucio. La manera que tú estabas boxeando, en ningún momento Yankiel Rivera peleó sucio. Él peleó solo defendiéndose, te tiró para el piso porque tú seguías entrando con la cabeza y agarrándolo cada vez que él tiraba combinaciones y te lastimaba, como en el round 2 y en el round 4, él estaba a punto de tumbarte. Pero como tú no quieres que pelear limpio, tú lo agarraste y querías jalarlo y darle con tu cabeza. Eso fue lo que tú hiciste, tú le diste con la cabeza tuya. Porque si tú vienes a ver la pelea, el que tiene el resultado de un peleador sucio es en la cara, el rostro de Yankiel Rivera, en el ojo de él. Tú ves la prueba que Yankiel no es el boxeador sucio sucio eres tú, Angelino Cordova, porque tú fuiste que le diste a él en la cabeza, con la cabeza en el ojo izquierdo, si no me equivoco. Tenía que sacarle muchos puntos a él por la manera que tú peleaste, la manera que tú peleaste, porque en ningún momento Yankiel Rivera peleó sucio contigo. La única razón que él te tiró por el piso, porque tú estabas agarrándolo cada rato que él tiraba combinaciones y te pegaba y estaba a punto de tumbarte, tú lo agarrabas. Por eso que él te tiró por el piso, no porque no es humilde. El que no es humilde eres tú, Angelito Cordova. Angelino Cordova, tú eres humilde. Tú dices que no te dejaron usar los guantes tuyos antes de la pelea y dijiste que te estaban jugando sucio, que tú pensabas que era humilde Yankiel Rivera. Él es humilde. El que no es humilde eres tú. Tú dijiste que no te dejaron orar tampoco. Pero ¿por qué te van a dejar orar si tú no le oras a Dios? Porque tú peleas sucio. Un boxeador que pelea sucio no le ora a Dios. Tú le estabas orando al diablo porque Dios no le gusta a una persona que pelea sucio así como tú. Y tú estabas mirando al cielo cuando te dieron el empate, porque tú sabes que la manera que tú peleas es bien sucio. Y tú dices, Dios, gracias por darme la pelea, por yo ser un boxeador sucio. No, Dios no te va a dar la pelea por un boxeador sucio. La razón que te dieron empate es porque tú estabas agarrando cada rato y entrando con la cabeza. Y Yankiel Rivera, en 2 ocasiones que te iba a noquear, te iba a tumbar en el round 2 y en el round 4. Y cada vez que él estaba a punto de tumbarte, tú lo agarrabas y le dabas con tu cabeza. El que tiene la prueba que es un boxeador limpio es Yankiel Rivera. Porque Yankiel Rivera fue que recibió los cabezazos tuyos y tiene la prueba en el ojo izquierdo de él que le sacaron puntos. Pero no, tú tienes la prueba que tú eres un boxeador sucio porque la cara tuya está limpia. Pero la cara de Yankiel está sucia porque tú peleaste sucio. No fue con un puño. Eso no fue con un puño. Eso fue claro. En el video lo grabaron y tienen la prueba que tú peleaste sucio. Y hasta los mismos comentaristas de la pelea dijeron que tú tienes trayectoria de pelear bien sucio y darle puño de conejo atrás de la cabeza. Eso es lo que dijeron los comentaristas. Nosotros no somos los únicos testigos, pero los que saben de boxeo, los comentaristas que estaban hablando de la pelea, ellos mismos dijeron que tú perdiste por 7, que Yankiel Rivera ganó por 7 rounds. 7 rounds. Y yo digo que él ganó por 9. Toda la gente que apoyan a Angelino Cordova, ellos mismos son sucios también. Ellos mismos. YP Boxing, Tejanito, Esteban Garza, también. Si a ellos les gustan apoyar a la gente sucia, que es porque ellos apoyan la malicia y falta de profesionalismo en el boxeo. Eso es lo que ellos apoyan. Ellos no son profesionales. Los profesionales son Yankiel Rivera y su entrenador. Y ellos estaban culpando a Luis Pavón, que Luis Pavón que que estaban favoreciendo a Yankiel Rivera. Pues si tú sigues peleando sucio, Angelino Cordova, ¿cómo van a permitir que tú sigas peleando sucio? Y Sala también es sucio, porque él entrenó a Puello para pelear ilegal también y pegar con la cabeza. Lo mismo que hizo con Puello, lo hizo más con Angelino Cordova. Y según yo escucho que Sala entrena a sus boxeadores para pelear sucio. Dice que esa es la única manera que tú puedes ganarle a Yankiel Rivera, si peleas sucio. Eso es lo que dijo Sala a Yankiel, le dijo Sala a su boxeador Angelino Cordova. So, ok. Saludos a Arnaldo Nieves, number one fan. Arnaldo Nieves, saludos mi hermanito. Gracias por estar en sintonía. A los hipócritas mexicanos que lean este mensaje, Ice Ice Baby. Come in. Dame un segundito. So, a la gente que le gustan apoyar, son alcahuetes, le gustan apoyar a los boxeadores sucios como Angelino Cordova. Esa gente no deben de entrenar boxeadores y Angelino Cordova debe retirarse del boxeo si va a pelear sucio, porque eso no es un profesional. Está diciendo que él pensaba que Yankiel Rivera era humilde. Él es humilde, él te peleó limpio. Si tú le miras la cara, no tenía él tenía las cicatrices del sucio. En el ojo izquierdo le sacaron puntos. Las cicatrices del sucio era de Angelino Cordova, porque peleó bien sucio y asqueroso, y debe de darle vergüenza a él, no orgullo. A él no le debe dar orgullo de tener un empate con Yankiel Rivera, no. Él debe de sentirse avergonzado por pelear de esa manera. Pero yo digo que Yankiel Rivera le ganó 9 rounds. Pero los comentaristas del programa dijeron que ganó 7 rounds, que lo vieron ganando. Eso fue un robo. El empate no se le debieran dar a Yankiel Rivera. Debieran de darle la pérdida a Angelino Cordova, porque Yankiel Rivera ganó esa pelea. No, es que es difícil lucir bien con un boxeador sucio así como Angelino Cordova, y cualquier persona que lo apoya, la gente, los mexicanos que apoyan a ese sucio Angelino Cordova, ellos son sucios también. Y si se sienten ofendidos por yo decir eso, PYP Boxing, Tejanito, pues la verdad duele. Si el zapato cabe, póntelo. Si tú le tienes odio a los boricuas y quieres usar la excusa de que pusieron a Yankiel como el favorito, que estaban en contra de Angelino Cordova, esos son excusas baratas, porque ustedes son ciegos. No es más peor ciego que un ciego que no quiere ver. Y esos son ustedes, los que apoyan el sucio Angelino Cordova. La gente que apoya el sucio Angelino Cordova, ellos son ciegos que no quieren ver. Y son hipócritas también. Porque cualquier persona puede ver eso, hasta un ciego puede ver que Angelino Cordova peleó sucio. El que peleó limpio fue Yankiel Rivera. Él pelea limpio, es un caballero. Tú no le viste ninguna cicatriz en la cara de Angelino Cordova, porque Angelino Cordova fue el sucio. Tú ves la cicatriz en el ojo de Yankiel Rivera, porque él tiene la evidencia del sucio Angelino Cordova. Eso fue lo que sucedió. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Suscríbete a mi canal. Gracias por estar en sintonía con el canal mío. Los aprecio mucho. Suscríbete a ese canal. Toca el subscribe. Arnaldo Nieves, Tony, en los canales que no son boricuas, ya me están bloqueando. Que se mamen un buen. Exactamente, papi. Es que tienen una envidia. Yo no sé que si un puertorriqueño le hizo daño a la esposa de alguien, que ellos quieren odiarlo a nosotros. Nosotros no le decimos nada a ellos. Es que somos naturalmente mejor, papi. Ya tú sabes. El boricua está metido y puesto para el problema. Pero si peleas sucio, te van a quitar puntos. Basically what I'm saying in Spanish, let me say it to my English followers. Yankiel Rivera has evidence that he's a clean fighter. On his left eye, the evidence of the dirty fighter from Angelino Cordova is evident. You can see it. It's manifested. Because the one that fought clean is the one that has the scar tissue of the point of the, you know, they actually had to give him stitches for that headbutt Angelino Cordova caused. And Angelino Cordova is trying to act like he's a saint, that he was fighting clean, that he was only fighting dirty because Yankiel Rivera was fighting dirty. No, he was fighting dirty because that's the way he is. He has a history of fighting dirty. Even the commentators have said it, that he has a history of rabbit punching in many of his fights, majority of his fights. So this is not the first time that he's done that. But this time, it was on a bigger scale because MVP Promotions was promoting with Yankiel Rivera. And then now Yankiel Rivera has to wait till like 2 months for the stitches to go away. So, Yankiel Rivera tiene que esperar 2 meses para que se vaya la cicatriz de los puntos, y entonces va a poder pelear quizá este año o en el comienzo del año. He's going to be able to fight most likely at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. But at the same time, he has the evidence that he's the clean fighter, and Yankiel Rivera should have won that fight because I give him 9 rounds. The commentators gave him 7 rounds, but I feel that Angelino Cordova is unjustifiably claiming that the reason why he fought dirty is because Yankiel Rivera was fighting dirty. But Yankiel Rivera wasn't fighting dirty. The only reason why he pushed you down on the floor is because you kept coming in with your head and holding. Every time that you threw a combination and he tried to throw a combination on you, you didn't want to go down on the floor in the 2nd and 4th round, so you was holding. So the reason why he threw you on the floor is because you kept fighting dirty, coming in with your head and holding. So he's gonna get frustrated if you keep holding and you keep like pulling him down and fighting dirty. Of course, he's gonna push you on the floor, but that has nothing to do with humility. It has to do with frustration. Like, he's humble, but what is he supposed to do? Let you beat on him and fight dirty and use your head and keep headbutting him? Like, you gave him stitches, not with punches, but with your head, coming in with your head. So anybody who supports Angelino Cordova is a dirty person themselves. Anybody, PYP Boxing, Tejanito, Esteban Garza, he's a prospect with 7-0 with 3 KOs. I think they just have something against Puerto Rican boxers because we're taking over boxing right now, and it bothers them. So that's why they're speaking negatively. But if they see the fight, they should see that the one that was fighting dirty is Angelino Cordova. It was plain to see. The one that has the evidence of being treated in a dirty way is Yankiel Rivera, because if you see the stitches that he had to take from his left eye, that he was banged in the head with his head, with Angelino Cordova's head coming in, that's the fighter that gave him the stitches with his head coming in the fight. It wasn't by a punch. So the one that has the evidence that he's a clean fighter is Yankiel Rivera. The one that has the evidence that he's a dirty fighter is Angelino Cordova, because you see the stitches on Yankiel Rivera's face that he had to get. And you also see that Cordova's face was clean because Yankiel Rivera didn't fight dirty. He fought clean. So that's the evidence right there to all you hypocrites that think that Yankiel Rivera was the dirty fighter, when it was actually the other way around. Angelino Cordova was the dirty fighter. Arnaldo Dieve, la envidia es que nosotros llegamos a USA limpio, recortado, barriga llena. Ellos cruzan desierto, les roban cruzan charco, trepan muros, hambrientos, y después deben al cartel. Yo no necesito green card, DACA. Ok, gracias por estar en sintonía, mi hermano Arnaldo Nieve. Suscríbete a ese canal, toda la gente que están en sintonía ahora. Gracias por estar en sintonía mi canal. I appreciate everybody tuning into my channel, and my channel's growing, and I believe that everybody keeps coming in. I keep getting new subscribers, and I appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'm almost there. And if you like real content that's not going to give you bull crap, you want real unadulterated truth, and you're brave, you subscribe to that channel. So only the brave subscribe to my channel. The slaves don't subscribe to my channel. They go the other way, where all the fake content creators are. That's where they go. But me, I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to speak the truth, because I know that that's what they want to hear, because it's a dying breed. People like me are a dying breed. I got to give you the unadulterated truth and liberate you and give you that freedom and that joy of great content, and you don't have to worry about my information being controlled. My information is always going to be authentic and real. Art of Boxing. Hey, sup, Tony? The Art of Boxing. You in the house. I appreciate you, my brother. Subscribe to that channel. Thanks for tuning in, my brother. I appreciate that. I had to talk Spanish in the beginning because I feel like there's a lot of people that want to hear me speak Spanish, and I want to broaden my horizons. I don't want to limit my reach, and that's why I'm doing it. Yo tengo que hablar español en muchos de mis videos porque hay mucha gente que solo hacen un solo contenido con un solo lenguaje, pero yo quiero aumentar la audiencia mía y hablar español también porque tengo muchos seguidores que me siguen en español. So, quiero entrevistar a Yankiel Rivera. Yeah, art of boxing for you. Let's talk boxing, number 3. Yeah, all right, man, we could do that. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to that channel. Yeah, let's talk about it. So right now, I already got that off my chest, but I want to talk about Xander Zaya's next fight. There was a rumor that he was going to fight Giovanni Santillín, but that's not going to happen. He even confessed it in an interview. He said that he wants to fight the winner of Tellez Basarau. That's the one that won, the Basarau, the guy from Africa that lives in Germany. He wants to fight him. That's a really interesting fight. He said that that's going to be his next defense. That's what he said. But they're saying that it could be December in Puerto Rico or January in Puerto Rico. That's what they're working on. So it's not going to be against Giovanni Santillín. It's going to be, he said he doesn't gain anything by fighting Giovanni Santillín because Giovanni Santillín is a 147-pounder who was knocked out by Brian Norman. That's not going to do nothing for Xander Zaya's career. That's what he said. He has nothing to offer him. So, yeah, he's not going to fight him. He's going to fight Basarau, the African guy that lives in Germany, one that just beat the Cuban guy, Tejas. He upset him. That was a great fight. He won because he knocked him down in the last round, and that made the difference because the fight was a lot of back and forth, and it was very close. And I feel like, what made the difference in that fight is that Basarau, the African guy from Germany, knocked him down in the last round, and he's a tough guy, man. The guy got hit with everything what Tejas had, and he still wasn't able to really like hurt him. And I feel like it was a lot of back and forth in that fight, but I think that's a good fight for Xander Zayas. It's a really tough fight for him, and I believe that Xander Zayas has the skills to make him look, very easy. But I believe that he still has to keep his guard up, and all he has to do is box technically, and he should win the fight. So yeah, I think that that's the fight that's gonna happen. Art of boxing, number 1. Yes, he has. Arnaldo Nieves, number 2. Zayas has sparred with Barao, correct? Oh yeah, he has before the fight, and he actually said before the fight in an interview that he wouldn't be surprised if Basarau won against Tejas because he sparred with him, so he knew what he was talking about. So that was a good assessment of Xander Zayas before the fight with Tejas and Basarau, and he predicted correctly. Alright, Arnaldo Nieves, number 2. Zayas and Barao will be a great fight. Yeah, it will be, but people still gonna talk. People are going to talk nonsense like they always do. It's not Xander Zaya's fault that Virgil Ortiz refused to fight him and said, go get a championship and then talk to me. So now Xander Zayas is giving him a taste of his own medicine, saying, when you get a championship, you go fight, you go talk to me. So whatever's good for the goose is good for the gander. Tony also knows boxing. Subscribe to that channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Yes, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate all the love and everybody just, staying in tune with my boxing content. It's growing. And keep subscribing. All right, let me read the comments. Art of boxing for you. Number 1. I'm waiting for Yankiel for another interview after his fight with Cordova. Yeah, I'm supposed to interview him. He reached out to me. He's been busy and stuff, but he said he's gonna get back to me. I'm gonna try to get an interview with him to talk about the aftermath of that dirty, disgusting fighter, Angelino Cordova. We need to address that fight. That we know that Yankiel Rivera should not got a draw. He should have won that fight. Art of boxing for you, number 1. When I do, I want you in my live with him. Oh, you want me on the live with you? I'm gonna try. I'm trying to work out my live on my YouTube. I'm having technical difficulties, so I actually send him the password so he could come into my live. That's the only way that I could do the lives for right now. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube live. But I'm able to interview him the day live, but I post the video later after the live because I had some technical issues with my YouTube. Arnaldo Nieves, number 2, Art of Boxing. Yankiel had an interview with La Casaca yesterday. Yeah, but I'm going to interview him. I'm going to interview him most likely tomorrow. I just got to get, he's got to get back in touch with me. He called me, but I was shopping, and I texted him back. and he said that he was gonna get back to me. He didn't have no signal where he was at, but I'm supposed to get a interview with him again. I interviewed him before too in my previous videos before the fight with Cordova, and I also interviewed Abisael Cotto. Check that out. He's fighting September 12th. He's the next champion of the 130-pound division of Puerto Rico. He's 8-0 with 7 KOs. Abisael Cotto. I'm getting a lot of views for that interview, and Yankiel Rivera as well. So check out those 2 interviews that I did. Art of Boxing, that is how we are going to pick up our channels and grow with the truth. That's right, my brother, Art of Boxing for you. I appreciate you, man. We're going to grow together, man. We're going to make it happen. Arnaldo Nieves, drop the link when you figure that out. Yeah, I'm going to drop the link, Arnaldo Nieves. I always drop my links. Check out my interview with Abisael Cotto, 8-0 with 7 KOs from Puerto Rico. He's fighting September 12th on pay-per-view in a big event. Support that brother. Watch his fights on YouTube. He's no joke. He's the next champion of Puerto Rico in the 130-pound division. And also watch my other interview with Yankiel Rivera before the Cordova fight. Check that out. I have 2 interviews with those 2 fighters. Check that out. And I'm going to interview both of them as well after their performances, as far as Abisael Cotto. And I'm going to interview Yankiel Rivera after. Well, I'm going to interview him most likely tomorrow. That's what I'm trying to do. So keep my fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. And I'll post a video. I just got to set it up. Alright, subscribe to that channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Subscribe to that channel. I'm going to read the last comment and then I'm going to close out. I'm going to interview Stephanie Pinheiro and have you there. She is fighting the 12th of the September. Oh, okay. You're going to interview Stephanie Pinheiro. Yes, she's going to be in that boxing card as well. So is Abisael Cotto, Art of Boxing Facts, and I hope that those Puerto Rican haters join. Word up, man. We got to make it happen, man. Art of Boxing for you, #1. And Arnaldo Nieves, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, thanks for inviting me. I'm going to try to get in. Maybe I could get in your live, but I don't know if I could invite you to my live because I'm having technical difficulties with my YouTube. But we can make it happen, man, on your end. Then you invite me, and I'll check you out. Alright, Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Subscribe to that channel. Peace.